doctor says, "Oh my, I can't believe these arteries are in that young body." Got my attention. We walk back in, we sit down. He could still go, "You need Crestor, eat clean, get out of here." Isn't that what an average doctor does, right? No, wired me with huge reasons. He goes, "Let me ask you a question. I heard your wife's pregnant. I said, "Yeah, I have a son." And he says, "Do you want to be there when he graduates from high school? To be there for that day?" I said, "Yes, sir, yeah." He goes, "Your wife's pregnant. What do you have?" And I said, "A daughter. Would you like to walk her down the aisle on her wedding day, or are you okay that it's some other man?" I went, "What the f is on this scan?" Right? And he goes, "I want to be very clear with you. If you keep going down the road you're going, there'll be some other man with your son at graduation high school, and a stranger's walking your daughter down the aisle that's not even born yet on her wedding day." And I went, boom. And he goes, "But if you do exactly what I tell you to do, you'll be there." And so to this day, brother, there are mornings when I wake up, not every morning, I don't want to go to the gym. I go, "Bella's wedding, Bella's wedding, Bella's wedding." So my standards are high because of my big old reasons.
Yo, 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 what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jason, coming back with another one, man. And I wanted y'all to see that clip, man, because it's important for us to always think about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, his example with the doctor was perfect because oftentimes, you know, like he remind himself when he don't want to go to the gym, he get up because he want to go make it to his daughter's wedding. You know, so he gonna want to stay in shape. You know what I mean? He gonna want to get his cardio in. He gonna want his heart to be right. You know what I mean? He want to get his blood flowing and do the things necessary in order to be around for his kids. You know, but oftentimes we think so much in the now, we think so superficial, you know, that it's easy for us to say, fuck the gym, I'll just go at another time or another day or whatever, you know, instead of just getting up doing it. You know, when you think about this journey, most people just gonna think about the, you know, gaining the female attraction. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna think about the benefits. They're gonna think about all the superficial shit and the things that they want now and want to see now. But they're not gonna think about, you know, all of the things that it's gonna do for them down the line and in their future. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about all of that. You know, they go to the gym, you know what I mean? They just want the muscles now for the hoes, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to, or just because they want to be intimidating the next person. They're not thinking about the health aspect of it. You know, and we tend to do that. Even when it comes to education, you know what I'm saying? We think about, oh, we need to learn this. You know what I'm saying? So I could get this job, so I could get this money. You know, we don't want to learn things just to gain knowledge. We don't want to read just because it's good for our mind, you know, and it help us with our, you know, cognitive skills and all the other benefits that you get, you know, from reading. You know, we too busy thinking about the things now and the other superficial outside things that don't matter. So I wanted y'all to see that clip and to tell y'all, man, we always got to think about the bigger reason, the bigger purpose for why we doing what we doing. You know, why we live in this life. You know, why we must stay on our purpose, bro. You know what I mean? We got to see the bigger picture in this. You know, because if we don't, then guess what? We never gonna really learn the true meaning, you know, of our life, or, you know, why we do the things that we do. We always just gonna look at all of the bullshit that surrounds it. You know, it's almost like, you know, these players that work so hard all their life to get to a pro level. You know, they working all their life to get to the pro level, you know, and you know, they so humble at the beginning. You know, I just want to get my mom out of the hood. I want to get her in a better house. I want to take care of my friends and my family and, you know, help as many people as I can. But then when they get there, they do the total opposite. Now it's all about the money, the cars, the clothes, the hoes. And then they forget about all of those things, all of those reasons, they forget about the bigger purpose for why they went and put themselves through all that work. So being that they forgot about it, guess what? They lose it just like that. You know, they do something stupid, you know, because they lost sight of the bigger purpose, the bigger reason. They lost sight of the big picture. You know, and anytime you lose sight of the big picture, man, you can easily just veer off on the wrong roads, man. You know, we see it all the time. So that's why it's important for us to keep that intact. Keep the reasoning behind this intact. You know what I'm saying? You don't remind yourself or remember your past just so it could bring you down. You don't remember where you came from just so it could bring you down. It's so you could keep going and realize where you was at and the progress that you making and where you trying to get to, you know, and what's behind it, that feeling that you felt when you was in that hole, when you was in that darkness, when you was feeling that pain. You know, you don't put in all this work just to go back to it and relive it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember that, man. We see it too much. We even do it because we get caught up in the distractions and shit like that. You know, just like and this with anything that you do. You could start a YouTube channel and just be like, hey, you know what? I just did it because, you know what? I wanted to share my journey. I wanted to, you know, document my process and all of these things, man. But guess what? If you start getting Hollywood on this motherfucker because you start to get a little cash, guess what? People ain't gonna want to follow you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, man, where the old you at that really was, you know, had the energy, the passion, really cared, that really, you know, really did want to just share his journey and, you know, help out, you know, who had the bigger picture and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? When you lose sight of that, then people gon' notice that. It's very apparent. It's clear. You know, it's very clear when you do that. So you wanna hold on to these things, man. You wanna remember why you started something. You know what I mean? It has to have a reason behind it. You know what I mean? So you can know. You know, that's just what's gonna drive you even more. You know, it's gonna drive you even more. But when you ain't got nothing like that, when you ain't got it, you know what I mean? Or you do have it, you see it, but then you forget that. When you get there, man, you're gonna lose everything. You're gonna lose everything. And that's why it's so important, again, too, to keep people around you that's gonna keep you grounded. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna keep you grounded, bro. Because sometimes we can't get too big for our britches, man. You know what I mean? Money will make you do that. These hoes will make you do that. You know, this clout, the clout that you may be getting, all of that shit that make you do that attention. You will lose sight of yourself. You will lose sight of the destination. You will lose sight of the big picture when you start getting caught up in all those things. So it's important for you to have, you know, people around you that want to see you succeed, and they want and somebody to keep you grounded at the same time. You know, it don't matter who it is. You know, it could be your mom Dukes. It don't matter. You know what I mean? It could be a day one that's not really into all of that extra shit. You know, that's not trying to, hey man, we gonna get this money, talking about we, you know what I mean? Trying to tell you about all of the bullshit that ain't even connected. You know what I mean? You got motherfuckers around you that's just looking at the finish line, ain't putting in no work or assisting you with anything. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch out for that and make sure you keep your eyes on the prize. You know what I mean? And what I mean by keep your eyes on the prize is not like you just focused on that. Because I always want you to live in the moment. You know, you live in the moment, you know, so you don't miss no lessons, but you stay focused though while you doing it. That's what I mean by keep your eyes on the prize. Not focusing on that destination like that. Continue to do what you doing and putting your all into now. You know what I mean? Put your all into now, but also keep your eyes and know what destination, know where you heading at. Know where you heading. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to lose sight of the big picture, man. That's all I wanted to share with y'all too, man. Because it's always a bigger picture. You know, you got to have that. You can't lose sight of that, man. You know, so yeah, man, just remember that moving forward, all right? And that's my word, man. My name Sinn, the Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.
First I'ma get on my grind, then second stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get